Adalia, one of Odin's daughters, and a Valkyrie in training. Surpassing her fellow trainees at a comedic rate, Adalia was showing the potential of being the greatest female warrior in all of Asgard. She may have progressed even quicker had she not been smitten with love for a mortal man. Though she came from a greater echelon and stood 2 heads taller, she approached him nervously, asking if he'd like to be her consort for dinner that night. The man, being flattered and slightly scared to decline, accepted her offer. Over time, a relationship bloomed. Odin held no qualm that Adalia was so infatuated by a mortal man, since he trusted her judgment and wanted all of his children to be happy. One cold day, a frost giant was causing trouble in various parts of Scandinavia, bullying the locals for tribute. When Adalia received word of this, she flew faster than an eagle to confront the giant. The two engaged in hand-to-hand combat. Adalia literally sent the giant home crying. Odin, so impressed, summoned an audience with her, and instantly graduated her to the position of Valkyrie, and presented her with a great axe. Adalia, with her heart aflutter, could not wait to tell her mortal lover the great news. Upon descending to his home, she heard a ruckus coming from the barn. When she entered, her lover was discovered, deeply intimate with another woman. A berserker rage engulfed the newly crowned Valkyrie at the speed of light. Legend has it, she let out a roar that could be heard from a mile away. This got the attention of every Viking in the vicinity, believing it to be a war cry of sorts. Roughly 100 swarmed the barn to find the origin of this unearthly wailing. When they hesitantly approached the barn, both the body of a man and a woman were thrown in their direction. They appeared to be half-eaten, mangled by bears. Then, as if walking out of a gate from hell, strode Adalia, holding her blood-stained axe, eyes as red as lava, skin drenched in blood, chewing on the arm of one of her victims. The Vikings, with great caution, knowing this was a progeny of the Allfather, formed a shield wall. The Valkyrie, with one massive foot stomp, was able to cause her adversaries within a short radius to lose their footing. With her axe raised, she turned into what could only be described as a tornado made of razor blades. Odin sensed this, peering into the soul of his daughter, seeing that her tainted mind is now forever devoid of sanity, flung his spear with the accuracy that only a god can maintain through the heart of his beloved Adalia, moments before she slew the innocents. Her body turned to dust and blew away. The heartbroken Odin, from that day forward, decreed that mortal and immortal romance is entirely forbidden. Jingoku. In ancient Japan, an Oni was terrorizing a random and innocent village. With the body count rising, a desperate farmer rushed to an altar ruled by a Tengu. The farmer offered his servitude in exchange for a means to vanquish the Oni. The Tengu accepted and granted the farmer a demonically enchanted sword with samurai armor, along with the skill to properly use them. The Tengu also dubbed the farmer his Jingoku. The newly empowered farmer made his way back to the village and vanquished the rogue Oni. The village was eventually repaired, and its people began to prosper, with Jingoku becoming a protector of the less fortunate. One could argue he was the start of a legend. A year and 1 day had gone by. The Tengu had telepathically summoned Jingoku, for it was time for him to return the favor. The Tengu requested of him to slaughter all the inhabitants of a small nearby city, since they had disowned him and chosen to worship the goddess Amaterasu. Jingoku, being a man of his word, tried to compromise with the Tengu, offering to kill only their soldiers and leader in hopes to scare the rest of the city's people to convert back to the Tengu. The Tengu immediately took this as a broken promise, and instantly heated up the former farmer's armor from the inside, incinerating him to dust, while the hellish armor fell to the floor like a puppet with its strings cut. Vote now